What's up, guys? This is EJ Holland with the Wolverine.com, and Michigan has scored another commitment. Before we dive into that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos. And also, if you're not subscribed to the Wolverine.com, now is the time to do so. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months if you want the inside scoop on everything Michigan recruiting. Hey, even before this commitment, we put in a prediction. Head over to the Wolverine.com. Use that code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months for everything Michigan recruiting, the team, basketball recruiting, transfer portal, and so much more. Plus, you get to be part of a message board community with thousands and thousands of users. All right, guys, like I said, Michigan has scored a big commitment. This time it comes from On300 offensive lineman Marky Walbridge. Second commitment of the day for Michigan. Walbridge follows four-star wide receiver Zion Robinson, who also committed this afternoon. Now, Walbridge, how did this one happen? This one's an interesting one. Walbridge is a very, very quiet kid, doesn't like to do any interviews. I've only talked to him one time when I went out to New England to see him. But mostly his mother handles, Julianne, who's great, handles most of the media stuff because Walbridge, just a quiet guy, wants to handle his business. I think he's a great culture fit for Michigan's offensive line room. But in terms of how it happened, Michigan has made Walbridge a priority for a long, long time, more than a year. I went out to Walbridge's spring showcase when I was scouting some other guys Michigan was recruiting in New England, and Grant Newsome was there. Michigan had already offered him and hosted him for a visit. And, he's just been in that top tier of Michigan's offensive line board for several months now. Like I said, they've been on him for more than a year. You just don't hear a lot about Walbridge because he's not a talker. He's not a social media guy. But again, Michigan has always liked him. He's listed as an interior offensive lineman, but Michigan continued to recruit him as a tackle. They told him, hey, that's where we need you. And you had some other schools involved here. Penn State was a constant in this recruitment. Alabama hosted him for an official visit. Boston College was doing its best to keep Walbridge home. They offered his younger brother. They threw everything at him to have him stay in the Boston area. But instead, Walbridge passes up that opportunity to pick Michigan. And look, Michigan's just a superior program. If you're comparing Michigan and Boston College, not really a choice there. Michigan offering, elite development, just again, the superior football program and elite education. And both of those things were very important to Walbridge. He wanted a top-notch academic institution to go along with a top-notch coach in Sharon Moore, who has an offensive line background. Same with Grant Newsome. You have Juan Castillo on the staff now. So all of those things played a role in Walbridge siding with Michigan. He also made it in for Victor's weekend, just felt at home in Ann Arbor. Now, as a player, Walbridge is super intriguing. I had a chance to go out to see Walbridge last year at his spring showcase, and he's impressive just from a size standpoint. He's listed at 6'5", 285 pounds. He moves really, really well. He already has some good weight in his upper half, as well as his lower half, has pretty quick feet too. I think he's a guy, you see him listed as an interior offensive lineman. I think he's a guy who can start off at guard if you need him to, but can work his way out to tackle. And again, like I said earlier, Michigan made him a top priority at tackle. He has the height, he has the feet, he has the athleticism, and Michigan obviously knows how to evaluate offensive line talent. And again, Walbridge was a priority for more than a year already. So the Wolverines love what they see in Walbridge. I was impressed seeing him at his spring showcase, and I really can't wait to get an updated evaluation. I haven't seen Walbridge since last year. It's going to be exciting to see how his frame is shaking out, how much he's improved just in general technique. But I think there's a lot to like with Walbridge. The services are kind of all over the place on him. On3 has him ranked the highest as the number 235 overall prospect nationally. Now, the other services, Rivals has him as a low 4-star. ESPN has him as a 3-star. 24/7 has him as a 3-star. And, right now, I think Walbridge is on that top 300 cusp. I would definitely grade him a 4-star. Like I said, I just want to see him again. I want to get an updated evaluation of Marky Walbridge here moving forward. So excited to head back to New England, where Michigan has obviously had success with its Landers. You think about the New Englanders like Mike Sainristil and Zach Zinter and Kalel Mullings. There was a time where I think fans were a little frustrated with how much Michigan poured into New England, but those players turned out to be very, very quality pieces for Michigan. And I think Marky Walbridge can follow in that same line. All right, guys. So for more coverage on the Marky Walbridge commitment and everything else Michigan recruiting, head over to thewolverine.com. Remember, use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at thewolverine.com. And as always, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, and we'll be back next time Michigan gets another commitment.